Hey, this is Bruce Cook. Just another update on my plants. There's some new things going on. So, firstly, as you can see, my plants are still growing really fast. They're getting really big. In fact, when I was going through, I just finished feeding and checking for aphids. And actually, one of the red ghost pepper plants that I have was trying to put out flowers already. So, I had to pick those off. I don't need the plant focusing its nutrients and energy into growing peppers when they're this small. I need it to go towards growing bigger. So anyways, so I have all my smaller ones, peppers that I started about a month after I did these. So you got the Carolina Reaper and yellow moruga scorpions. So finally, every last one of these grew roots out the bottom of the first cups. So I'll see if I can do this one-handed. So let's see here. Yeah, I think you can see that. Got some roots. So you see I have straws sticking up out of every one of these. Now I do every few days lift the cups up anyways, just to see how many roots or how big the roots are coming out of these things, even with the big ones. That way I have a better idea of how much plant food I should be squirting in. Now, I'll be honest, the straws that I put in all of these, I'm not using them anymore. There's too many leaves and stuff. I can't, go overhead and, get through all this foliage. So what I do is I'll take like 3 rows, put them on my computer desk and my little nightstand right there. And then I'll thoroughly check them for aphids. I do that every single morning. I literally lift up and look under every single leaf on every one of these plants. This takes me on average a little more than an hour to do this. And then usually it's once a week I'll hit them up with neem oil. I had to hit them up a couple days in a row. For some reason my neem oil didn't do a really good job Sunday. So Monday I had to turn around and spray these things again with a slightly higher dose of cold pressed neem oil, and I had like 1/8 of a gallon of neem oil left. Well, actually, I have it in the refrigerator. It was recommended if you have leftover neem oil, you need to put it in the refrigerator, or else it'll go bad. But I had put like 1/4 of a teaspoon more of cold pressed neem oil, and I had to put a tiny bit more clear soap, so it would, you'd shake it up, and you can see there's no clumps of neem oil floating around in the water. And I think it was a little too much, and I had, I don't know, probably a couple dozen small leaves fall off these plants. They looked a little limp, and I've seen this happen before when I've used too much neem oil in my mixture. And so I already made a new batch of neem oil. I'm using 2.5. Usually I'll use 2 teaspoons of neem oil per gallon, and then anywhere a little more than 2 or 3 teaspoons of clear soap to get it to mix up properly, so it breaks the neem oil apart in the water. But now I got 2.5. The Rusted Garden, the guy that I get my cold pressed neem oil from, said in one of his videos you can use up to 3 teaspoons, but he recommends not to do that. Do the 2 teaspoons first, and if that works, then stick with that. And if you really have to, if the 2 isn't doing a good enough job, then you can bump it up to 3. So I bumped it up to 2.5. And I did that 2 days ago, and I found almost no aphids in here. I think there was 3 plants that might have had like 1 or 2 aphids on each one of them, and that was it. So it must have done its job, but did it a little too good. I haven't used the mixture with the 2.5 spoons yet. And once I was finished spraying all these, then my what was left of that 1/8 of a gallon was gone. So I don't know what the ratio would have been when I put the 1/8 of a teaspoon, but anyways, or it was a 1/4 of a teaspoon into that. But anyways, this is how big my plants are getting. And I got, as I said, every last one of these smaller, younger plants finally have roots. And I tell you, like 4 or 5 days ago, all I was doing before that was just giving these a little bit of water. I was feeding them water from below, but as soon as I started hitting them up with that liquid plant food. I mean, it's the Miracle Grow powder. You mix it with water, and these things started jump the speed of growth. Just went through the roof. These were nowhere that big just a few days ago. So everything is looking good. And anyways, that's my update. Hope you guys. Oh yeah, one other thing too. Today I lowered my grow light a little bit more. So it's been every, I don't know, was it 3 or 4 weeks, I lower it by about an inch. Today I lowered it by 2 inches. So you can see that light is much closer to the tops of the plants. So I learned in the past, many growers say you do want to be able to have the light as close to the tops of plants as possible. But obviously you got to make sure they're hard enough. Having a light, either less powered light, have the power on lower, or have, like with mine, I can't control the power that's going into the lights, so I had to start with that all the way up there, almost touching that fan, and gradually go down, and the plants have been taken to it very well. But anyways, that's my update. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.